Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Wozniak with Woz Marketing, and I am having a virtual coffee today with Ellie Shine.
You got it right.
Okay, and Ellie is talking to us today from Israel, so I am super thankful that you're setting aside your time to talk to us today. And I really wanted to do this virtual coffee with Ellie because he is a coach that has a really fun, exciting, and unique way of attracting his ideal client. And I'm just so excited about it. I knew I just had to get him on video so that he could share his success with other folks. So first, Ellie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's really exciting. I can't stop enjoying the miracle of this instant communication, and I'm really glad to be here. When we spoke last week, I was blown away by your energy and enthusiasm, and so I'm so happy that you chose me.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm just feeding off of you, my friend. So thank you for having us here. Can you tell us, how did you decide upon opening your own coaching company?
So I come from a psychology background. Before I went into coaching, I had 2 degrees in psychology, and I was registered in the British Psychological Society. And so from a young age, I've wanted to understand myself and other people and help people. And before I finished my psychology degree, I already knew that I was a little bit too out of the box to stay in psychology. And so I already started looking for alternatives, ways of really helping people, being a catalyst for change. And so it kind of was the obvious choice for me to start my own business so I could do my own thing and help people in my own way.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, that I could see where that would come into play for you. That makes sense. So can you tell me, who is your ideal client? And I'd love it if you would talk a little bit more about this really fun and exciting way that you have of attracting them.
So my ideal client is a team leader. So it could be a business owner, or it could be within a bigger organization or company. And I love to work with team leaders because of 2 reasons. Firstly, when a team leader improves, it cascades down to everyone else. And the other thing is, I really love relationships. I love helping people bring more love into those relationships. And I see no reason why that can't be at work as well as at home. So I just really enjoy working with team leaders and with teams to create the connection and energy that helps everyone on the team. When you have one person on their own, it's hard to create anything, really. Nothing that we do really is created alone. But the more we have other people, that's potential for change, that's potential for creating bigger and better results. But that's only if they can work together in harmony. And if they can't, then sometimes it can be harder than working alone. So I love the possibilities and the potential that a team has, and a team leader has particularly, to unlock the power and capacity of a team. Oh, and you want to say how I get them, how I like people to enter into coaching. So I recently joined a company called FreshBiz, and FreshBiz is a game. It's literally a board game that you play, and it's completely engaging and fun. Like, who doesn't like to play a game? And what it does is it helps people see themselves in a new way. It helps them see sometimes things that was obvious to everyone else except for them. And in the game, the game itself is often enough for people to get insights, have a kind of a paradigm shift in how they are operating, because the truth is that everything in life is a game. The way we play life, the way we play the game is the way we play life. Business, relationships, they're all games. That doesn't mean they're trivial. It just means there are parameters, there are rules, there are ways of winning and not winning. There are ways of deciding to play a different game. There's ways of deciding who am I, playing the same game but with different people. So I really believe that there's amazing comparisons between playing a game that's really branded as a game, we'll all agree is like a box, something you play around, and the rest of life, which is, as I said, which is in a way can be defined as a game, even though it's not boxed and you don't play it quite in the same way. So that's the way I like to engage people, and so they have a lot of fun, they have insights, and then coaching becomes a way to build on those insights. Because if you think of all training and workshops, the effectiveness of them, multiplies, I don't know, 100-fold or more when it's followed up by coaching or action, and coaching really helps to create that action. So in a nutshell, that's what FreshBiz is about, and that's why I really love it, and why I joined FreshBiz, because I think there's huge potential for the people who play it.
Absolutely. I am so excited about the idea that you have this tool, this game that, like you had said, who doesn't like playing a game, right? So you've got this tool to attract your ideal client. They get excited about playing the game. They learn more about themselves, which makes it so much easier for you to come in and offer your coaching services that shows them how they can tackle some of the things that they just uncovered by playing the game. I think that's just brilliant. So can you tell me, how is the game, or I guess I should say, why is the game so powerful in affecting change for people?
So we kind of touched on that already, because the game, we're playing the game of life and not the board game, the real one. But it's also because when you're playing a game, you get so engaged into it that your guard goes down. So whereas, like, if you're on a training program, or if you're answering a questionnaire, you're always thinking about it, So it's like, I'm also trained in DISC and other diagnostic tools, if you come across DISC. So, and most of them rely on you filling in a questionnaire. And I've often had, when I'm filling it in, I'm like, I'm not sure, am I this, or am I that, or am I answering it as I'd like to be more than what's really the truth? So there's a lot of subjectivity and thinking that goes into those questionnaires, apart from them being quite dry. When you're in the game, you're just playing, and as you play more, you get more and more engaged, and again, in that situation, people really start to see themselves, and they start to see how they're playing the game. And what's amazing is that the insights that people take away from playing the game and understanding the game, and obviously there's a session after the game where we talk about what people have seen and what different parts of the game mean. So those insights, they get to take with them. They get to take those with them into their life, into their business. And as I said, that in itself can be life-changing, can change any aspect. But when it's followed by coaching, that really solidifies it and makes it bigger and starts the possibility of change. The other thing about change, of course, is that you build momentum in change as well. So for many people, and I've certainly been through this, times when I'm feeling stuck or I'm feeling like I'm not moving forward, those times are the hardest times to change. When you start to make a shift within a game or within the beginning of coaching and you start really seeing results, then you start to build momentum. So the game is a great way to start and a great way to build momentum to making changes that are meaningful to you. And the other thing that I love about the game, as opposed to lots of, like if I was going to give a workshop on time management, productivity, stuff like that, whereas there I have to bring the information to you and you have to, and maybe it's relevant, maybe it's not. When you're playing the game, the information that you get, the feedback that you get is specific to you. So you see what you need to see. You see what's really going on for you and what you can then pull out of the game and work with. So that's, again, another reason why the game is such a useful tool in creating change, the kind of change that we're really looking for.
Oh, absolutely. The tool is absolutely brilliant. I mean, I'm super excited about it. And Ellie, I can tell that
you've got to get you to play it soon, right?
Absolutely. And Ellie, I can tell that you really love what you do. Can you just share with me what's the most rewarding part of your job for you?
So the most rewarding part is when people, really see a change and communicate that change. Sometimes you can see it in someone's eyes just as they see something new, but even better is when, like, a week later, a month later, a year later, you kind of have some communication where they say, look, this really has shifted for me or started lots of things to shift for me. So it's really seeing people thrive and being a catalyst for change. Because I really believe that ultimately we all have the resources within us. And sometimes it takes some help from outside to see that or to access that. But those resources, we all have more resources than we can ever, really imagine. So the best part of that is just seeing people create and make those changes. And I guess the other thing is, this is another thing, which is that most of the people I'm working with are in business and they justify their investment for business terms. This is a business expense and it's in order to grow their business, and that's perfectly fine. I love it when someone comes and says, you know what, I've been noticing changes at home. I've been noticing that my husband, my wife, I'm much more relaxed around them and able to accept them more. Or I've started to integrate those ideas with my kids, And just today I was speaking to a client who said that he's starting to integrate. He's got a kid who is going through a challenge, and instead of getting angry with what the child had done, which is justifiable, like the child did something that most parents would get angry about, he caught himself and started to just, coach the child, give the child space, help the child see for themselves what's going on. That's like gold when that happens. So it's not just the business. Business is nice. I like it when people, really see results, especially when that's what they hired us for. I really love that. But the cherry on top is when people come back and say, this is not just affecting change in my business, but in every area. And the truth is that we're all leaders. We're all leaders, actually. Firstly, leading ourselves, and secondly, friends, family, people around us. Even if we don't see ourselves as leaders in business, we're leaders in some way. So that's a long answer to a short question.
Well, I understand, Ellie, that you have a favorite quote. Can you share your favorite quote with us and let us know why it's your favorite?
Well, actually, you asked me to find a favorite quote, and it's not really fair because I've got thousands. I'm just a quote junkie. I love so many quotes in so many different ways, but this is the one I chose for today. It's by Robert Holden, and it's, if your definition If your definition of success has no or little measure of love in it, get another definition. And I think that, that just defines where I'm coming from with this, which is that I believe in results. I believe that in business, in order for business to survive, we need to earn the money that we need. Money to business is like air to life. It's not the reason that we live, but it's necessary for survival. But when we can build in, I think sometimes we get caught in the trap of seeing success in a purely material way. So I love this definition where when we think of success, we include, a fair measure of love in it.
That's wonderful. I love that. I don't think that I've ever heard that before. That's terrific. So, Ellie, tell me, for people who are interested in getting in touch with you, what's the best way for people to reach you?
So you can find me on Facebook, Ellie Shine. You can find me on LinkedIn. There's my website, which is ellieshine.com, or send me an email to ellie@ellieshine.com. That's ELI@ELISHINE.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today, Ellie. It's been really fantastic getting to know you better, and I absolutely love the niche that you've carved out for yourself in the coaching world and how you're attracting clients, and I'm just so excited to hear more about your success in the weeks and months ahead. So again, Ellie, thank you for stopping by and chatting with us today.
Thank you. I've really enjoyed it.
So everyone, that's Ellie at ellieshine.com. And I'm sure that you'd love to reach out to him and pick his brain about some of the things that he's doing in the coaching world for attracting his ideal client. And thank you for stopping by, everyone, today and listening to the Virtual Talk with Woz Marketing. We help you navigate your yellow brick road. Have a great day.